Here is another quick 9 playthrough here on the channel for you all. The date and the divisions, of course, shown on screen in the thumbnail. Remember to hit thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Timestamps in the description down below, and remember the replays here are from old tournaments, so use the old ball attribute levels, which have now, of course, doubled. Hope you're enjoying Quick 9. Good luck, and remember to tweak according to your clubs and balls and wind angles. Here we go.
We are going to play left side on this par 4 in this wind angle. P6 max rest, bullseye just where it gets clipped by the rough. Then we add spin, 5.8 top spin, 3 bars of left spin. This is obviously with APOC 5 and above. APOC 4 you can play this shot, but you will obviously set up further back. So after your adjustment you will need to push up 1.7 rings. Max plus 10 is the adjustment. Full overpower, it is a slow needle, and we go with half a ball of curl to the left. Hitting perfect here, and we're bouncing away from the rough and just hopping over there, and the ball will roll very nicely down this piece of fairway, drive distance of around 405 yards. Second shot, making a top white ring pin check with the Grizzly. That gives me plus 3 with Grizzly 9. That will be plus 6 with Grizzly 7 and 8. Before spin, ball guide through the hole. And then we add our spin. I'm going with 4 bars of backspin. In fact, that is the primary reference. Add your spin really first if you want to skip the step of going before spin. But if you wanted to do that in case of different drive distance, before spin it was top of the white ring touching the fringe, or you could just go ahead and add your backspin anyway and line up that way. So you've got 2 options there depending how you feel with your shot clock, but the reference on the notepad is a tweak based on the miss in the video. For plus 3 I would play 58% slider minus 15% elevation. Like I said, that is a tweak, slightly different to what I played in the video because that is a little bit of a miss here on the left, but the tweaked value should get you in for your eagle. On this par 3 we're going to go with the sniper, before spin, red ring touching the rough, and the second bounce exactly in the cup. So 2 reference points there. Then we are adding our spin, and I'm going with 5 backspin and 0.8 left spin. Take a token, get used to that setup. It is a strange spin value there on the left spin, but it's what been working for me, or indeed got me close on my first couple of looks at the hole. Adjust here, mid plus 20, power 4 settings, and we are going to pull twice over the bullseye. So mid plus 20, power 4, twice over the bullseye. You can either tweak the spin to suit your play style and pull angle, or you can add clicks of curl. In my example here, I needed to add 2 clicks of left curl to get this to drop, but it is a very close version here. Just needs a little tweak, but just parking up on the right-hand side on this par 3. Have to use a luminary here to have any chance of dropping the eagle. No good with a kingmaker, unfortunately. So this is P6 NMT. So load the hole with a kingmaker or a titan actually, because it's better for your spins. 5.8 top spin, 2 left spin. Then you switch to your luminary, and we adjust max plus 5, power 10 numbers. If you've got APOC 4, you would then need to push up 1.8 rings. We're going to go here with outer wall left curl and just before circle drop over power. If you are worried about a great ball affecting your shot, obviously compensate with more or less curl. It's up to you depending on what you think you might hit. You've got a bit of room here, however great right might be trouble, so if you are worried about that, play with more left curl. Second shot with the Cataclysm or the Big Dog, whichever gives you more top spin. Max top spin, 2 left spin, and then aim just left of centre of the fairway, and we're going to adjust this one max plus 0. This is a very difficult wind angle, and although it looked good off the tee, because of the layout of the hole, we turn and we get headwind, unfortunately, on the second shot. So with a free to play, we've got to go with the luminary, and we've got to fight for a chance at the eagle. Max plus 0, full overpower, outer wall curl to the left. Again, it's a full shaky needle, unfortunately, so do your best to hit perfect. If you're worried about a great left, then play without curl. This will leave you an endbringer shot. It's going to be max distance endbringer. I play 0%, power 10 numbers. On this par 3, we start with the sniper. We're going to take our shot with the sniper as well. White ring touching the rough and the bunker at the same time. Then we're going to add our spin. It is going to be a light 1 bar of top spin and 3 bars of right spin. Now, when I mean a light 1 bar of top spin, you go up to 1 bar. You don't go above it and back down, so just go up to it without going over. That's what I mean by that. Adjustment here, mid plus 25, power 4 numbers, and we are going to pull twice over the bullseye. Make sure you do the same, otherwise your adjustment may be off. Of course, personal tweaks, wind angle tweaks are needed as well with all of these shots up in master when you're dealing with high wind strength. So take a token or two if you can. Bouncing very nicely, rolling up onto the green, and we're dropping it right at the pin.
Please do join us over on Facebook. We have an ever-growing community of players there. Over 16,000 members. Head over to Facebook, search for BK Golf Clash and submit your member request there. Free to join. There are free guides posted, lots of shot sharing and discussion points. You can chat and interact with me as well, and loads more over on Facebook. So head over there and search for BK Golf Clash.
Nice wind angle here. We're going to drive with the Apocalypse, APOC 5 and above. Top of plus 10. If you've got APOC 5 and 6, the red ring will be touching the rough on the right. We add 4 top spin and 3 right spin. If you've got APOC 4, then you will be at P6 max rest, and you will have 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough because you have different accuracy on your driver. Adjustment is going to be maximum distance with 10% elevation. For me, that looks like about 8.8, 8.9 rings. Obviously, you will need to use a wind app for your own adjustment. We're going with half a ball of curl to the right, and you can see there using the point where the circle drops as my overpower reference, just to make sure that we are all applying the same amount of power to our drive. A great left might be trouble. If you're worried about hitting a great left, go with some more curl. Drive distance is going to be around 380 yards. Second shot, you will need to add 1 bar of left spin and approximately 2.5 bars of top spin. Once you've added that top spin, then we find our position, and we're referring to the ball guide here. Now, this is a very, very close miss. You can either add 1 click more top spin, and you might even want to tweak the aim as well based on your personal pull angle. But there's a good reference here to build from in a couple of looks at the hole. For a landing position of plus 5, I'm going to play this 90% slider, minus 5 elevation. It is 2% per yard, and there's more information on using reference points and sliders on the Academy tutorial playlist on the channel homepage. We're just into the bunker, but don't worry about that because we are going to counteract that with the setup of the shot. And here I play with 5 clicks of overpower. Now, it's very important to measure these accurately. Strongly recommended to practice this. If you put too much overpower on, you're going to miss the rough. Not enough, you're going to land up short. But a click more top spin, maybe nudge the aim over to the right by a click, and you will be in. We're going to play with the rock here, and it's going to be a simple adjustment, 1-to-1. But first we need to add spin. 3 top spin, half a bar of right spin with your spin added. Aiming as shown here. Tip of the ball guide pointing to the edge of that snow patch. We are at the top of plus 1 with the rock level 8. And that is actually going to be the top of plus 0 with the rock level 9. So you can see I zoomed in there on the ball guide. So add your spin, take a screenshot of the video, pause, line it up, get yourself a reference. That's what you are replicating. 1-to-1 adjust, so 11.6 in wind. You're going to pull this one 11.6 rings, and we are going twice over the bullseye with our pull. Pretty much level crosswind here, so you shouldn't need too many wind angle tweaks on the drive. Centre the ball, hit perfect, and this will lay up very nicely. Second shot, you will need to have your big dog or your cataclysm in the bag, just to make sure we are going to reach. This is all about securing a safe eagle here with a Kingmaker. Drive distance is going to be about 340. With the Cataclysm level 6, I'm having the ring reference, as you can see in the video here, but first we're going to add spin. We're going to go with 4.5 top spin and 3 left spin. Now you can see I've got half of the blue ring inside the rough. If you've got a different accuracy club, your ring references will be different, so bear that one in mind. But we are setting up a P6 max rest. Adjustment here is going to be max distance minus 10% elevation. Now, I play with some curl here in the video. You can increase that if you want a shorter wedge, but it's entirely up to you. I go with 3/4 ball of curl, and it is, there you can see I'm using that point where the circle drops as my overpower reference. Hit perfect, going to bounce nicely here, uphill onto the rough, and rolling out. You can have a very easy end bringer for your eagle. Here we're going to lay up. This is a horrendously nasty wind angle. We are P6 NMT with the quarterback. Switch to your APOC, and then we have to use a luminary, unfortunately. Make sure you get the shot structure correct. So P6 NMT, then you switch to your APOC, then you switch to your luminary. Spins as shown in the video, we adjust max plus 0, but power 6 numbers. Very important that you have power 6 numbers here. We're going with full overpower. There's a tiny shake on the needle, but you've got a good chance of hitting perfect. And I'm going with 1.25 of curl to the right. APOC 4, the needle is going to be shakier than that. Unfortunately, if you don't like this shot, and it is a very, very finicky drive, then obviously there are other routes you could investigate, playing out to the left and trying to blast it to green with the Cataclysm. But it's up to you. Take a token. See if it suits your play style or not. Second shot, rings from min. So we find the min line and count up to have the top of the red ring hugging that curve in the rough. I was 7 rings up from min. Then I add spin to have the ball guide going past the right-hand edge of the cup, and it is going to be about 1.5 squares to 2 green squares beyond the pin. There is a little zoom in. You can see I'm missing the hole by about 1 green square to the right. You can also look at the second bounce being on the intersection between the green square columns and rows. Pause the video, take a look and find a reference that works for you. Rings from min plus 30 elevation, and we are using power 10 numbers. Now for 7 rings from min, I played this one, if I remember correctly, 18% on the slider, 1/8, 18% slider, 30% elevation, 2 pulls over the bullseye. And because we're playing into headwind, I go with just before circle break over power. Make sure you do the same as well, otherwise you will come up short. Perfect ball away, and we've got a drop here with this setup in the video, bouncing in the snow very nicely, rolling down and falling right at the pin.
If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video.
Hole in one here with the quarterback, P6 minimum distance line, red ring touching the rough on the left. Then we add our spin. It's going to be a weird amount of spins here, unfortunately. We're going with 4 back spin and 1.5 bars of left spin. Try and get the same amount of spin as I have in the video. That looks like 1.5 bars to my eyes, but obviously everybody looks at it slightly differently. Adjustment is min plus 20, power 4 numbers. Make sure you've got all of that plugged into your wind app. So min plus 20, power 4, first pull over the bullseye, second pull, let's have a look at it, also over the bullseye. So 2 pulls over the bullseye here. Time to take our shot. We're going to use some overpower, and I'm just going with the point just before the circle drops. So just before circle drop, overpower, bouncing very nicely, subject to any wind angle tweaks you might need. We are getting this one in, just sneaking in right edge for a hole in one. On this par 5, we're going to go here with the APOC and a Kingmaker. Adding spin, 5.8 top spin, and in the end I settle with half a bar of left spin, top of +6 with APOC 5 and above, top of +12 with APOC 4, ball guide pointing as shown. You can see it is pointing to the left half of the fairway a bit there because the wind angle is going to push us to the right. Max +10. Now this is a bit of a headwind angle. It doesn't look like it to begin with, but it is. Now APOC 4 will need more overpower. I don't quite adjust to max with APOC 5 and above there, but as a default base overpower, I'm going with 2 rings of OP. If you want to use a higher power ball, obviously it's not then free to play, then you would still need that 2 rings base overpower, but it would give you a less shaky needle. Try and hit perfect. You can see we just make it over the rough. I would rather favour more overpower than less, because if you clip the rough, you're not going to be reaching the green. Second shot, Cataclysm or Big Dog, about 6.5, 7 bars of topspin. I wouldn't go with any more than that. You don't want to risk a glitch roll. And we're setting up comfortably away from the rough. I'm having the red ring touching with Cat 6. And you can see there, I've got my top spin. I've also got 3 bars of right spin. And I'm going to adjust this one maximum distance with no elevation. So max distance, 0 elevation. Time to take our shot. And I'm going to go with 3/4 ball curl to the right. No overpower. Make sure you do the same. And this is all about getting it safely to the green. Perfect ball away. And this will set up a very easy end bringer wedge for your eagle on this very long par 5.
Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.